Hello, hello. Hey, hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back. All right. So let's go ahead and begin on this storyline. And I have to say, I was so excited for a split second. I thought maybe I was lucky enough to have a ghost, but I didn't. I tried opening up the front door to my house, taking Aries back from a walk, and it wouldn't quite open. It felt like somebody was, on the other side preventing it, and nobody was home in my house at that time. So I knew that nobody should be on the other side of the door, and there wasn't a rug rolled up or anything like that in the way. And so for a second, I was like, oh, yay, I finally have a ghost. But no, it was the weather stripping on the bottom of the door that I was standing on that had been peeling itself off, kind of an excessive amount of weather stripping. And so I was effectively preventing it from opening. But I was so disappointed because for a split second, I was so happy. So I don't know, maybe we've got a character who's going to have clarity over something, see something in a different light, as I did. I discovered that it wasn't my greatest hope ever, but rather this is a moment of truth. And the sword of truth can be used to cut things off, just like I had to snip off that bit of weather stripping. But this Ace of Swords is somebody saying something clearly right now. Now, this storyline is about clarity that brings huge amount of like better vibrations. You see the amethyst crystals are here. You see the like direct action and the things that somebody needs to do. It becomes very obvious to this character. They know how to go from point A to point B and reach success. So this kind of clarity is like, we could have a character who says, you know what I just figured out? Don't invest in drama, only spend my time, my energy, and my conversation with things that do make sense. See, we had some kind of complicated situation with the moon. I feel like maybe a feminine, possibly an Aquarius, was dealing with someone who was maybe a shady character. Maybe they didn't always say what was really going on. And it's like, look, I don't want to have to decode your messages to figure out what's happening. In fact, if anything, when one person's being less than transparent, it may have made her pull back, and now she's kind of watching from the shadows, and it's like, now I got to spy on you, or I find myself spying on you because I don't know what's going on. And I think that this is somebody who said, what am I doing? I don't want to spy on somebody. If I feel so unclear on what they're doing that I would have to, start trying to interpret their actions, if all this feels like a blockage, then maybe I should allow the blockage to be there, and I just head for the stars, and I just go ahead and let go of this, and I take myself out of the equation and move on. I want to only deal with people that I understand what they have to say. I understand what they mean. We're straightforward with each other. Yeah, Five of Wands. Definitely, this is, I think, the promise to a character in this year. This is the promise to themselves that they're making. I'm going to make sure that I only deal with things that actually make sense, only deal with people that actually make sense, because I don't want to get tangled up. Yeah, it was making her feel bad about herself. And this is an amazing, amazing character. I'm going to say she, just because we have a feminine coming out twice here, but just know that this could be a masculine just as easily. But I just feel like she got this vibe that she needed to almost protect herself from this, or she was perpetually trying to figure out what are the hidden stories. What is this person hiding from me? Actually, we'll do a what's hidden bonus message for all zodiacs. I'll start those today, just since this kind of sets a tone for maybe a kind of an inspiration. So this year of the serpent, she's determined to be fair and think through things. But if she contemplates somebody's behavior and she keeps coming up with, God, this is making me feel eerie, or it's making me feel like I'm wasting my time, or it's making me feel bad about myself, because why is somebody not just being straightforward with me? Why are they hiding from me? I think this is where she said, if it makes me feel bad inside, the answer is I'm not doing this. It's not that everybody has to be a complete open book, because sometimes it takes time to get to know a person. But if there's actual blocking, or if she starts to build or develop some kind of like, I'm not sure I trust this person, now I feel like I need to defend myself, because this is like, when a friend is maybe a frenemy, but you're not really sure. I think she's just like, I can't do this. I can't do this to myself. I don't want to do this to myself. So I think that's her new like guideline for this year. But can we take a look at what was going on with this person. We got Piscean energy there for the moon with them. We also had some fire energy just because we had the Seven of Wands, but that was more like her reaction. Like I said, she could be an Aquarius, doesn't have to be. She could be Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. She too could be fire energy. We do have a couple fire cards there for her as well. So possibly an Aries, Leo, or Sag. Okay, we have a Knight of Swords. When it comes to like what they were being shady about, they could be a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. But they were real like impulsive. So they may have like leapt toward her to start something with her. King of Swords, Queen of Swords. Okay. They may have jumped in and acted like you and me, we're going to be in a relationship. It's going to be you and me. We're going to be so good together. They may have instantly said, we're going to be married. Or they started, talking about stuff like that. That's a big thing, right? And that could feel wonderful if this is, like there's real clarity and there's real consistency, but this feels impulsive that this person suddenly claimed you and me are going to be married. And I'm wondering if it either they didn't have the follow through on those words, or they said it too soon and she was like, wow, how come they want to talk about marriage instantly? Wow, 5 of Cups and 7 of Swords. So they said words like that right out of the gate. And then did they run away and hide? Did they go MIA? And it was devastating. Why did you run away? If you said something so serious. So this is a relationship that, it went from 0 to 100 and then back down to like -10. Page of Pentacles, 10 of Wands. So they basically, wrote a check that they couldn't cash, right? So they impulsively said, we're going to be married, you and me. We're a perfect match. And then they disappeared. And it says that they disappeared, leaving her in tremendous grief and probably a lot of confusion with that 5 of Cups. They disappeared because then they only wanted to give a little teeny tiny bit, the Page of Pentacles with the 10 of Wands. It's almost like, I don't know if this person was playing house for a minute, or if they realized that they overstated things because they wanted to say, this is my intentions, that we're going to be this amazing duo together. But then they pulled back on purpose to start breadcrumbing. If they started breadcrumbing because that made them feel better, then that might have been an intentional mean thing. And somehow it's like they played out something that had been done to them. I would hate to think of it that way, because this would be like somebody who had a broken heart, who was hurt or upset over it. So then they went out and they did exactly what, somebody else had done to them. Somebody told them that they were really serious about them and then totally withdrew, and they realized they were being strung along and played. We don't really see any mean-spirited energy here, but the reason I'm suggesting it at all is because why did they feel better? Why did they like take pressure off of themselves by reverting down to just breadcrumbs? Why did you say something so meaningful, so serious, and then you took those words back and now only gave itty bitty amount of energy? This is the person who shows up, dazzles you, love bombs for, a week, and then they disappear and they don't call you for 2 weeks. And it's like, wait, you talked about marriage and then I haven't heard from you. What? I don't understand what's going on. Maybe they realized that they overstated it and they just said, well, it was just words, so I can just pretend I didn't say those words and backpedal, because wow, that stressed me out that I was talking about marriage. I felt good in the moment, but then, oh gosh, yeah, no, those were just words, but maybe she took it serious. I thought we were just talking. What is this Queen of Wands energy? Hold on. 5 of Wands. I don't know that I think that there was some other potential lover that they met at the same time. I was like, oh, but wait, maybe I want to marry her instead. Oh, it's one of two things. Either they did meet another person and they were like, oh, wait, never mind. I actually met somebody else that I'd like to pursue. So I'm going to dump this beautiful woman like a hot rock and go toward this other beautiful woman. Good thing those were just words and promises that I made and not actually like a marriage. I could read it that way, but again, very shallow, very mean-spirited. erratic even. And I would say, man, she dodged a bullet, because anybody who swings from one serious, proclamation into a complete 180 when they see something else shiny, I mean, that's like shiny object syndrome, anything that's shiny, this person's a little magpie. That you wouldn't want to deal with somebody like that, because you would never know what day of the week they're going to suddenly bounce and go chase something else. It's like squirrel, for a dog. You don't want somebody who has, no impulse control. The other way I could look at this is they got freaked out thinking, wait a minute, now that I've told her I want to marry her, now she has to entice me. I said everything. I got her hooked on me. I told her what we're going to do. Then I disappear on her on purpose, so now she can chase me. And see, I planted the seeds, and now I'm just going to give her just a little bit and let her come and, show me what you got. Don't you want to win me back? See, I'm going to test her. I'm going to leave and let her wonder. Okay, then we have a mind game player. I think in either case, and please forgive me, I'll put a trigger warning on this one, because I don't have a nice way to explain this, because we don't have nice cards here. We got kind of a real, very juvenile energy, especially with this particular Seven of Swords. This is somebody who's playing games, and they know that they're playing games. They ran away and hid to watch what that feminine was going to do. So they come across as very juvenile any way we slice it. At best, well, I don't think that either one of these scenarios is better or worse. Honestly, I think that they're equally but differently, problematic. And they said something really serious and then they ran away. And they did it either because of shiny object syndrome. They found somebody else that they wanted to now make it an offer to, or they wanted this amazing, sexy person to now chase them around. So they started breadcrumbing her. Either of those scenarios still doesn't come out looking good. So I can understand how she started to think, I don't know what the game is. I don't understand. When you say words, I expect that those words meant something. Not that you would say words that maybe you did mean, but now you're playing a weird mind game with me. So I think I'm out. I think I've got to stay away from this. And moving into Year of the Snake, I don't want to get myself too caught up in people who play games. If it makes me feel sad inside because I just don't understand why somebody would do that, and if I ask myself the question, what would I do if I would be direct with someone and not play a game with them? If I say I love somebody, I really mean it. But then they say they love me and then they disappear on me. Let me just think about that. Would I do that to somebody? If the answer is no, but it's being done to me and it's making me feel sad inside, then maybe I just let this go. Maybe I just evaluate, how does somebody treat you when they care, when they're saying true words? Okay, based off of that assessment, are they displaying truth and caring, or are they playing games? Do they show me that even if they do want me, they're playing weird breadcrumby games? Then I don't want to deal with it. So I think she just made the decision for herself in this year. None of these games will go on in her world this year. And I'm guessing it's probably because she got tangled up in this vibe for a while. Okay, let's take a look just at them for a moment. Where are you at right now? Queen of Cups. What does that mean? Did you already jump to some third shiny object? We have, no, they're just hanging out, not talking, not taking action. Wait, so are you still spying on her and doing nothing? Five of Wands, Empress, Queen of Swords. Okay, so we're starting to see that this might not be exactly shiny object syndrome for them, but more, by the way, I don't know. I'm not saying that's a thing. That's just what I'm calling it. They still love her, still want her. They take no action toward her, but they think all the time, they wonder what's she going to do next. She's amazing. And I know she was heartbroken, so I wonder what she's going to do. It's like they're waiting and watching over here from the sidelines, wondering, when is she going to play my game? She's really amazing. And I know she's really heartbroken. I really love her. She's fabulous. I wonder when she's going to play my game. Honey, she's not. Especially because you're playing games. And you are dealing with an empress and you know it. Palace of Wands. Oh my gosh. This person's heart. Here's the most bizarre thing. This person, the games that they played, probably because they didn't feel good enough about themselves, so they need to set up an obstacle course where only they know what the rules are, and then they thought that they could make her behave the way they wanted her to elicit the results that they wanted, to make themselves feel secure and good. That's what they were hoping for. That didn't work. She hasn't been, following the weird little obstacle course that only they created and knew the rules of. And they're realizing that they actually have more and more respect for her, but it's also opening up their heart. So I kind of think that this person, they love her more now from a distance than they did when they were dealing with her. And it is because she is the one person on earth that was like, I don't get what games are all about. I don't understand. But it's too weird. I guess they don't want to talk to me, or whatever's going on. I don't know, but I can't try to decode their messages or their silence or whatever it means. So I think I'll just move along. And she has been moving along, and she has been claiming her success, and she's been looking toward other things in her life and rising like a star. She may have poured some of her hurt and pain that she felt over this into self-development. Remember, this made her feel bad inside. So she started to work on herself. She started to just focus on her own strengths, her strategies, her growth, and look at where she's at. She is rising like a freaking star. This feminine is well respected. She's successful. She is somebody who just has like this tremendous dignity to her. And she invested in herself because this experience made her feel bad inside. So what do you do to get over that? You deal with how you feel. You improve your circumstances. You improve you. That's because she's an empress. That's an empress move. But ironically, that's making them fall more in love with her while they're still chilling, waiting for her to take action, and they're spying on her every step of the way. Look at this. They're still the Seven of Swords. They run in, they spy on her. They may be spying on her in additional ways that she wouldn't necessarily know, because this person's like all dressed up like a cat burglar. Like an energy that she doesn't even know is right there hovering around her. So they could be, if it's like spying, I always think of this as like looking through the glass, so maybe they spy on her through social media. Maybe they even pop up on social media, but not under their name, or something here where it's almost like they have some kind of contact with her without her knowing it. And then they run away again, scamper away. I mean, it could be like, liking a picture under some other name and then scampering away and deleting the profile, or, something ridiculous. Because again, Page of Coins. They come up again and again as somebody who they recognize who she is, but they're still showing up as a Seven of Swords and a Page of Coins. This person has not matured at all. They remain just who they have been, just who they are. And that is the way they're rolling right now. She is moving on from this and moving up from this, which I'm really glad. Do we have one card for her? Just one. The World. This is a new beginning for her. She may be meeting a Capricorn pretty soon. Her year is going to be extremely exciting, and she's going to have, there could be an Aries involved too, but she's going to be experiencing life in a whole different way this year. I think that this is it. They will always love her and spy on her, but she's moving forward. That's what I see on this one. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up. Thanks for subscribing.